How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Farming Simulator 19 Survival Series. And we are standing on the rock where we normally end the episodes because today we are ending this series. So we are on episode 100 and this is going to be the final episode. So this is going to be a pretty big episode. It's going to be pretty long. There's a lot that I want to get done today. And yeah, we shall talk a little bit about why we are ending this here today on episode 100 as we go along. But yeah, for now, let's get going. So as you can see, the crops have popped through the ground and the fields are looking beautiful because there's no weeds, because we sprayed them off before the crops popped through. So beautiful. So we need to get an application of fertilizer on that. And because of that reason, the sprayer is still over here because today we're going to do the fertilizing a little bit differently. We are going to do liquid fertilizer. I already cleared out the herbicide. So yeah, I just parked it over here in the shed in front here instead of at its normal place over there, just overnight. And yeah, the planter or the seeder and everything has been washed and put away, and the big John Deere as well. Another thing that we need to do today is we need to get the potatoes finished. So these trailers are actually full, so we are gonna get them dumped into the shed, and we do have another trailer of washed potatoes ready to go. And then we've got, I think, about 27,000 liters of potatoes left in the shed, washed potatoes that we'll still need to run through as well after that trailer. And yeah, then that'll basically be potatoes done, so we can get them sold and see where we end up with money. And being the final episode, that of course also means that we are going to build our house today. Finally build our house in the woods there overlooking the little dam or lake, whatever you want to call it, the pond. Yeah, that's something that I realized, is that in South Africa we call a body of water, we will call it a dam, where most other places in the world, especially America, a dam is actually the wall, not the body of water. So interesting. But yeah, anyway, let's just call it a pond. So yeah, we're gonna do that today. And let's touch real quick on why this is the final episode. So could we go further with the series? Yes, absolutely. We could probably go another 20 or 30 episodes quite easily. We could do sugar beet, we can do sugar cane, we can do cotton. There's probably not a lot of construction we can still do on the farm. I mean, if we really wanted to, we could. But let's be honest here, we've kind of got everything we want at this point. So if we could go another 20 or 30 episodes, why am I ending it here? And there's a few reasons for that. The first reason, and it's probably one of the smallest reasons, but this is episode 100. And that is a big marking point for me. It is by far the biggest one series I've ever done on YouTube, even back when the channel was called Gamers Raid. Most of the almost 500 videos that I did for Gamers Raid is not available anymore. They've all been deleted. But even then, I never did anything even close to it. I think the closest series I got to this many episodes was in fact the trucking series, the trucking survival series on American Truck Simulator. I think that got into the 60s, maybe, yeah, sort of higher 60s I think it was. Can't really remember, to be honest, but that was quite a lot of episodes. 100 episodes, definitely never done that. So, yeah, it's a big achievement for me, personally, to hit 100 episodes. And I'm very proud of it, and I think it has been a brilliant series. Obviously, I'm very biased because it's my own doings. But, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching these 100 episodes as much as I enjoyed making them. So the biggest reason why we are ending today on 100 episodes is, for those of you who don't know, my wife and I are currently, at the time of recording this, on our way to move from South Africa to Ireland. So it's a big, complicated setup, and yeah, it's complicated. I'm not going to get into why and all of that. But most of you will know, and if you've been following the series, you'll probably know as well. But by the time you guys are watching this, we will already be there. At the time of recording this, we are only a few weeks away from flying out. So our tickets and everything have been booked, and everything is ready to go. And we've got only a few weeks before we fly out, which means I need to sell the rest of my studio equipment. So some of my equipment has already been sold. Things like my Track IR has been sold, and what else have been sold? Some of my cameras and things have been sold as well, but a lot of my equipment still remain because obviously I need it for recording, but I need to get rid of it as soon as possible. So that is why we are ending today as well. And it's sort of, it's sad because I think, like I said, I think we could have gone a little bit longer on this if I had more time, but I don't. So I think it's better to just end the series rather than sort of not end it and then, yeah, there being a big gap before episodes continue again. So I would rather end it now, and by the time I get my PC up and running and everything again, I'll probably want to get into a new series as well, and hopefully it'll be in time for Farming Simulator 22. Well, to be honest, hopefully I'll have my PC and some sort of a recording setup up and running long before end of November. But we don't really know at this stage. We really just don't know. Okay, I am going to use the front loader to get the rest of this out, because it can be a little bit tricky with the augers to get the last little bit out. But yeah, so I really hope that I'll have my PC and everything set up and I'll be back recording and making content and everything for you guys long before end of November. But at this stage, I really can't promise anything because I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen in the next few weeks and the next few months. But obviously, I'll try and get set up again as soon as I possibly can. But yeah, it's a bit of a precaution thing, I suppose. And yeah, like I say, when we start over that side and get everything set up again, I would like to just do something else. I will try and finish the Welker series, though. I will say that. So for those of you who enjoy the time-lapse series, the Welker time-lapse series, I will finish that. I won't just abandon it. I definitely will try and get that finished up. Obviously, that'll only be once I've got some sort of recording set up over in Ireland. So yeah, that is the main reason. We are moving very soon, and I need to sell the rest of my equipment. I need to get rid of the monitors and things. My PC, I am gonna try and ship the tower, basically. I am gonna try and ship that whenever I can afford to do so, but everything else is getting sold. So yeah, and like I say, it's only a few weeks before we go, so I'll need to get selling. In fact, if I can get everything, or this final episode recorded in one sitting today, obviously at the time of recording this, that's some big stuttering, I don't know what that is about. At the time of recording this, if I can get all of it done in one sitting, then things like my rig will be up for sale tonight. Oh, I keep on running over my augers there. That's going to break some stuff. Hopefully they are somewhat durable. So, yeah, I might actually be putting some of this equipment up for sale tonight after I finish recording this. Because I don't need the rig and everything for the editing part of things. So, yeah, that's how quick I need to get things done. And how quick I need to get this equipment sold, because it is yeah, very close to us flying out. And yeah, that is basically why. That is why we are ending this today. So it is sad. I'm very sad to end this series. This is a series that I've massively enjoyed. I've enjoyed it so much. I think the farm turned out amazingly well. But in a way, I'm also quite happy to end this series because, as you can see with the stuttering and things that we just had, this PC can do with a full sort of reset, full format, cleanup, all of that good stuff, because it is not performing the way that it should be performing for the spec that it is. But I just really didn't have the time now to do all of that. So hopefully when we are settled in Ireland, then I'll have a bit of time to redo the PC. I'm also gonna switch out hard drives and things and change everything over to NVMe drives. Basically 2 NVMe drives, because at the moment I'm running 1 NVMe drive, which is sort of on the cheaper end NVMe drive, and I have my doubts about it. I think some of the performance issues comes from that. I think there's a bit of a problem with it. And then I'm running a small SSD as well, which all of my recordings go to, and all of the editing and everything is done. And then I run a big normal hard drive for Steam, for all of the games and everything to be installed on there. So yeah, I would like to just change them out to 2 NVMe drives, a 1 terabyte and a 2 terabyte NVMe. Basically 1 terabyte as a boot drive and software and things, and the 2 terabyte for all of the games, just to keep things simple. And I also want to get some quality NVMe drives, and they are much cheaper in Ireland than what they are in South Africa, so it would actually be affordable over there. So yeah, basically what it comes down to is the channel is definitely not going to be abandoned. There's going to be, well, at the time of recording this, content that has been going out for a while. This will be the last video that you guys see that is pre-recorded from me still being in South Africa. So yeah, hopefully by the time you guys see this, I have already started recording again over there, but again, no promises, I don't know. And that depends on a lot of different things, but we shall see. But yeah, definitely the last video I'll record in South Africa, this one is. So yeah, kind of sad, I guess, but also exciting. We are excited. It's like I've mentioned before, we always wanted to go back to Ireland. We just didn't want it to be like this, but we have to make the most of it. So that is exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna move like a boss, because we don't really have a choice. So you might as well make the best of it. But yeah, so that is basically the story behind why. And this is going to be the final episode. I would like to just sort of, yeah, start things fresh that side, and that includes a new series, and hopefully it'll be close to FS22 at that point, and we can start a nice new series on FS22, which would be fantastic. Like I said, I will, however, finish off the Welker series, but I will not be continuing with this series. So yeah, we also need to do quite a bit of animal work on a completely different note. We need to get some feed made for the cows, and we need to give some wheat to the chickens. But for now, we are gonna head out to the fields. So this should actually fill this exactly to 100%, because it was a full load when I dumped it out. 99%, okay, fair enough. Okay. So, I'm thinking, yeah, we'll probably just start out here, I think. We can speed up time a little bit. It is a little bit dark. There we go. We shall do that. So, yeah, we need to build our house today, which is very exciting. So it's going to go in that clearing over there overlooking the pond. And yeah, that is basically going to be sort of the cherry on top. That is going to be the big finale. And then I am also going to try and do some sort of a cinematic type thing in the end to try and get some footage of what the farm sort of looked like when we started and where we are at now, with some sort of drone style footage and that sort of thing. I do not have obviously a save game or anything from when we actually started, so I will try and replicate the way the farm looked as close as I possibly can. Replicate that when we started out. I think some of the sheds might be slightly different because I did get rid of a couple of shed packs and things, but I'll try and make the original farm footage look as close to what it actually was as I possibly can. So if it's not 100%, then I do apologize, but I am going to try and get it as close as possible. I really just want to sort of, yeah, get it, the picture, just sort of create the picture of how much we actually got done over 100 episodes, which is actually amazing if you think about how much we did do and how much the farm did change. So yeah, I'll try and do that as accurately as possible, and I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see that, especially sort of a side-by-side comparison would be pretty freaking amazing. But we shall see. We'll see how all of that turns out. But yeah, I didn't want the final episode to just be, you know, a nostalgic type cinematic thing, and I wanted to have some farming, because that is what this is all about. I want it to still be a farming video, and yeah, kind of represent what we have been doing for 100 episodes. And I think if you go back to episode 1, the style of videos and things, and probably myself as well, has changed quite a bit. And yeah, just the way the videos have been made and edited and that sort of thing, I think would be very different from episode 1 up to episode 100. Which is good. That means there is progression, and that's what I always aim for. I always try and do things just a little bit better if I can. If there's an opportunity for improvement, I'm always going to try and shoot for that. So yeah, hopefully the episodes have got better with time, and this series has been running for over a year now. I can't really remember the exact date of episode 1, but it definitely has been over a year. I could probably check that. If I remember, I'll check somewhere during the course of this video. I'll try and check the post date of episode 1 of this series. But yeah, been a long time that we've been doing this series, and a very fun one it was. I would easily say, without a doubt, that the No Man's Land map is by far the best farming simulator map I've ever played on. It is absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, I have been sort of plagued by some performance issues throughout, and that kind of sucked, but I don't think it's actually map related. At one stage I did think it might be map related, but then I started realizing that a lot of the issues that I'm having sort of happens in other games as well. So that sort of brings it back to a PC issue. And yeah, I've tried so many different things to make the gameplay and the recordings and everything as high quality and as smooth as possible. But I think at the end of the day, I basically just need to start over, start from scratch, take the PC, clean it all out. In fact, clean it out to the point where not just a fresh Windows install, but fresh hard drives as well. So a bit of fresh hardware, and yeah, fresh install of everything, and just sort of try and update everything a little bit, make everything a bit more modern, run the games off NVMe drives and that sort of thing, and hopefully that solves some of the issues for the future of the channel. So yeah, we shall see. We should probably get some GPS running here, and yeah, I think that's going to be the best. So I think what we will do here is probably jump into the first time lapse of today's video. I don't know how many there's going to be, but if I had to take a guess, probably quite a few. That is almost lined up perfectly. Move that out a little bit. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, so, oh, I just bumped the mic there, so sorry for that horrible noise. We are going to jump into a real quick time lapse. I have been rambling for 20 minutes, but it's just sort of to explain what's going on and what's going to happen in the future, and we'll delve into that a little bit more later on. But for now, we're going to jump into that time lapse, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so we are just spraying the last little bit of fertilizer here. Probably about another pass and a little bit, I would think. Maybe we can get it all in one more go. Probably not. Yeah, this is a great piece of equipment. I love this thing. The 4940, I think it is. And it's been working very well for us on the farm. This is the first time that we've actually used this for fertilizing. But a great piece of equipment. We'll come back and just spray the edge there. We've still got quite a bit of liquid fertilizer left just to make sure we get all of it. And yeah, unfortunately I don't think we're ever actually gonna see this crop harvested. I don't think we will. We might see it go through one more growth stage today. But, yeah, probably not harvested. I don't think so. But, yeah, we've seen a lot of harvesting, and you guys know by now that harvesting is definitely my favorite. So I would have liked to end this series with harvesting. But also the farm is going to look a lot prettier in maybe one or two more growth stages. I think we've got a bit of crop in there. We do indeed. Interesting. Okay, so let's bring that back. We can turn GPS off. And we are going to set the growth stage to fast. There we go. And we'll see. We'll see how far this gets. I'll probably stop the growth when we get to the second to last growth stage, because that is when everything looks really nice and pretty. But yeah, that is the final fertilizing on this farm. So I think we can come check on the potatoes again. We want to get that knocked out as soon as possible. I want to try and sell them today as well, but not a big deal if we don't. But we'll see. I at least at a minimum want to get the potatoes done and know that they are ready for selling. But yeah, if we don't sell them, that is fine as well. We don't really need the money, to be honest. So yeah. And then the house build, of course. That is going to happen towards the end of this episode. We're going to build our house right sort of on top of that rock. We're going to build a nice big house overlooking the pond. And yeah, that'll sort of finish off the episode, I guess, and finish off the series. That is one of the last, well, that'll be the last bit of construction that we'll ever do on this farm. And I have to say, I really hope that a No Man's Land series will be created for, or a No Man's Land map will be created for Farming Simulator 22. It is so much fun, and I would absolutely love to have something like this. It doesn't have to be an exact copy. It can be something different with the same concept though. I would love to have that for FS22. But talking about that is, again, by the time you guys see this, I don't really know what I will be doing. I know for a fact I will be in Ireland. I don't know if I will be in a position to record again, or will I still be busy getting everything sorted out, getting settled down. I don't know. It's a bit of a, well, it's one big massive unknown at the moment, so I can't really give an answer on that even if I want to. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put this trailer. Maybe we'll just go put it up with the rest of the trailers, where I put the auger trailer as well, or the auger wagon. But with that said though, I would like to expand a little bit on the channel, so even when Farming Simulator 22 comes out, I will definitely be making videos on that, of course. But I would like to maybe bring trucking back, maybe do something interesting with that, maybe even do a bit of snow runner, and yeah, just bring a couple of other games in. Maybe get into Flight Simulator again if I've got the equipment for that. I used to do a little bit of Flight Simulator, but decided to sort of retract those videos and not carry on with it. But yeah, maybe we'll do something like that. Maybe we'll get back into Flight Simulator if I've got some better equipment for flying, and I'm better set up for flying. And yeah, I just wanna bring some more to the channel. Basically when I start recording again. So yeah, that'll be fun. Obviously farming is gonna remain the main factor of the channel, at least for now, and for the foreseeable future. But it would be nice to bring something in like snow runner and a bit of trucking, and yeah, maybe a bit of flying, and I don't know, maybe a few random things in between. I don't know why I'm bringing the John Deere here, because we don't need it right now. We can leave it in the shed. It can really do with a wash, but I'm not going to bother right now. But yeah, oh, another one that I might do a series on, because I've played it for a little bit and I'm really enjoying it, is Ranch Simulator. I've played that for a little bit and really enjoying it. I mean, content is a little bit limited at the moment, but I'm guessing by the time I can record again, there'll probably be a lot more to do in that. But even if we just do a mini series or something on that, that'll be so much fun. It's a great game, and I've been enjoying that quite a bit. I haven't played a lot, just a few hours, but definitely a fun game. Definitely sort of up my alley, I would say. Right, so next up is going to be the animals. We need to sort of see what's happening with them. So the cows need some mixed rations. We've cleaned and given them water. They're pretty good with straw, but we might just throw a little bit in there. And then the sheep, they are absolutely fine, and the chicken need a bit of food. So the hay and silage I'm not going to top up, because if I remember correctly, if you do the TMR, they don't use that at all. So I'm not too worried about it, because we are keeping them pretty well fed. And yeah, that's basically just a backup, if you would. So yeah, let's get some food made for them. And I am looking forward to seeing what they are planning around animals in FS22. I spoke about it a little bit in recent, we can actually keep that going, in recent episodes. And I just really hope they make it so that you can sort of allocate pastures and things for animals, and yeah, run the whole animal setup a bit more in a realistic manner, I guess. But yeah, we shall wait and see, because it would be nice to sort of just do a just like cattle. I did read that they are bringing in Angus cattle, which would be kind of cool. So you're going to be able to do breeding and things with them. I don't know if you're breeding just with the purpose of selling, or breeding for beef, or what the deal is. I don't really know. I don't think they actually said on the article that I read, but yeah, that'll be interesting nonetheless. I just hope the whole system around it, I don't really care too much about what you do with animals, whether you sell them or milk them or create sort of beef or whatever, have them processed, I guess. A lot of people probably won't like the idea of that, so I doubt they'll do beef. But yeah, I'm not too bothered about that. I'm more bothered about the fact that how the animals react while you are looking after them, in terms of being able to put them in fields and maybe have them clean up, you know, grass fields or whatever. I wouldn't go as far as say put them in a harvested cornfield to clean up the corn stalks and things. I wouldn't go that far, but it would be cool if you could do that. But I would be fine with them just sort of grazing grass fields, and when the field sort of gets cut down a lot, you need to move them to different pastures or feed them. You'll probably still do some mixed rations and things for them, even if you do that, just to really keep their health up. But at least then they can sort of roam around and cut down grass fields and things, which would be kind of cool. And then you'll be able to move them to different areas and do some proper fencing and things like that. Would be amazing. I don't know, this is all wishful thinking, but I think they have the capabilities to do that. We shall see. I guess a lot of work goes around performance and things as well. I mean, Farming Simulator 19 performance-wise hasn't been terrible by any means, but I think there definitely is room for improvement. And yeah, I don't know. I won't go too much into performance and things because I don't know enough about it to give a educated opinion on it. But yeah, all I'll say is that I think there's a little bit of room for improvement. It definitely hasn't been perfect, but it hasn't been horrible. Okay, so that should be a good mixture for the cows. Let's take that through. Let's have a look. Yep, all good. We'll take this through. We can actually just turn it off for now. I know you probably won't do that in real life because the machine will probably get jammed if you try and turn it back on again. Well, I guess it depends on what machine you've got and how full you've got it loaded. But yeah, the tractor is slightly underpowered for this job. I think we have actually gone through another growth stage, which is good. And the fields are looking beautiful. They really are looking fantastic. And yeah, I mean, we've had the cattle and the sheep for quite some time now, and we still haven't had any breeding. There's 4,000 liters of milk in there. They've been producing quite a bit of milk, but they have been looked after very well. So that kind of makes sense. But yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to have a baby cow or baby sheep. But it's okay. Yeah, it really is a little bit sad to me to end the series, but it is what it is, and it just sort of opens up for new things in the future, which I'm very excited for. So yeah, if you were wondering, the channel definitely isn't going anywhere. I am going to continue on with YouTube even when I'm working a full-time job and all that. So don't worry about it. I'll be making videos at nighttime after work and on weekends and off days and that sort of thing. So yeah, we'll see how it all works out. At the time of recording this, I don't have a job yet in Ireland, so that is a little bit scary, but yeah, we'll see. I'm sure I'll find something, and yeah, we'll sort of work around it. Obviously, someday I would love to do this full-time, but at the moment that is not a possibility. Not even close to a possibility, to be fair, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe someday. You guys have been amazing over the last year or year and a half. The channel has really grown quite a bit, which has been fantastic and very motivating as well. So I would like to continue going and continue improving, and that's why I do want to upgrade some of the hardware, like the hard drives and everything, switch everything over to NVMEs, and I want to get some better monitors. Although I don't think on Farming Simulator would make a difference, but I want to go up to 144 Hertz monitors at a minimum. And yeah, just try and run a bit more performance, I guess. Just sort of have everything better. try and make everything as good as it can possibly be. I have recently obviously started uploading 2K videos so you guys get the good quality, but it is a little bit hard to record super high quality videos and that sort of thing with the setup that I've got at the moment. But I'm going to try and improve as much as I can, and while I'm sort of going to rebuild an entire studio over there, obviously financially it has to be viable. I have to make it work, but I am going to try and do the best that I can with that. So yeah, just try and keep on improving and making as good a content as I can for you guys. Right, so at the moment, we have all of the crops sorted out. And the potatoes, they're sort of doing their thing. I think I might need to empty this out. And I want to get through, basically, those heaps there. I didn't actually show this, but we did already get quite a bit of pig feed out of this. So that is pretty good. That translates into a bit of money. Okay, that's good. That's doing its thing. This is all still working. The pig food is getting a little bit full again. Oh, that is actually full. Interesting. So that needs to move out the way because it doesn't like it. Might not actually be far enough. No, it's not. So we're just sort of manhandling it a little bit at the moment. And we're going to say spawn, so this thing can carry on. Okay, beautiful. So, let's go give, while that's all running, let's go give the chickens a bit of food. And then we'll head back to the potatoes, and we'll probably have to take the little electric tractor with so that we can move those pallets around, because I think we're going to take a few more out, maybe another 2 or 3. So, yeah, but chicken feed it is. I'm going to do that real quick. I think the trailer is empty, so... Oh, they've already made such a big mess. Goodness, chickens are messy creatures. There we go. Alright. I mean, I can't really remember. We used to have, when I grew up, we were on a farm for quite a big chunk of my childhood. And we did have chickens, but also sort of like free-range chickens, I guess. But I can't remember them being super messy. Although, my wife and I did have budgies recently, and they are quite messy. They are messy creatures. And not that we wanted budgies. I don't think I ever told this story. But my dad and I were actually having a barbecue, and we were out in the garden, and my cat pitched up with a bird in his mouth. And I saw this bird is quite colorful, so I thought, well, it's probably some sort of a sunbird or something, because it was bluish in color. And oh, what was that? Goodness. But anyway, so I thought it was some sort of a sunbird or something. And I mean, our cat is a Siamese, and I'm going to be honest here, he's not the smartest cat in the world, but he's cute, but he's not smart. And I was kind of thinking that it would be very difficult for him to catch a small bird like that, because they are super quick. So I had my doubts. So I went closer to sort of investigate, and I saw that he had a budgie, like a greenish, bluish budgie. I don't know where this thing came from. It obviously escaped somewhere, and yeah, got caught with our cat. So I sort of looked at it and went, well, that's a pity. Someone's budgie just died. So I left him. I mean, there was no point in taking the bird away from the cat because it was already dead. And I went back and just, yeah, sort of left the cat to do whatever he's going to do. And literally a few seconds later, as the cat was walking away, I saw the bird move. So I was like, oh, wow, this thing is actually still alive. So I grabbed the cat and let the budgie go. And the thing sort of flew into the garden. My dad caught the bird. And I took it and we put it in a little, like, cat box, which is slightly ironic, but, yeah, basically one of these that you take the cats, to the vet with. So I put it in one of those with a little blanket thing and some food, because we had some bird seed that we feed the birds in the garden. I thought, well, it's better than nothing, so I gave it that and a bit of water, and I thought, well, the thing's gonna die because our cats have caught many birds, and normally they die of shock during the night. So I thought, well, it is gonna die, but we shall see. And the next morning, the bird was still alive. So I gave it a name, and I assumed it was a male because it was sort of blue and green. We gave it a name, and then it turned out that it was female. We have some friends that actually breed with budgies, so we sent them a picture, and they said, no, it's a female. They told me how to see that, which is actually very, very easy to see. But, yeah, so we decided, well, we don't really know what to do with the bird. So we went to the pet shop, and we bought a little cage, and we kept the bird. And he was, well, she was pretty cute, actually. And then after about a week or two, we started to feel sorry for the thing because it was all lonely. So we ended up buying a male, which is beautiful. I think he's called a Texas Clearwing, something like that. Beautiful, beautiful sort of aqua color. And yeah, he was a lovely, so pretty. And yeah, so we got him. And then we thought, well, the cage is maybe a little bit small for the two of them. And we saw a pretty nice cage for a very, very good price. Because obviously, at this point, this is only like 2-3 months ago. We're not exactly in a strong financial position. But we were feeling sorry for the birds, so we got them the bigger cage. And we sold the other one for sort of the same that we bought it for originally. So, yeah, it sort of covered those costs and it was fine. And then we kept them for quite a long time, and eventually they had eggs. They had 4 little eggs. Unfortunately, the eggs weren't fertile, or whatever you call it. So, yeah, no babies. And then eventually we gave them to a very good friend of ours who is now looking after them and will be keeping them because obviously we're moving overseas, so we can't have budgies, and they can't go with us. So, yeah, that is the story how we ended up with budgies for a few months. We didn't really want them. I mean, thinking back, it would have made more sense just to take the one that the cat caught to the pet shop and just say, here's a budgie. And they would have found a home for it. But, yeah, instead we kept it. I don't really know why, to be honest. But it was nice to have them around for a while. It was cool. They're nice. But okay, this is full. Let's see if this will spawn. Well, actually, this one actually spawns a pallet with that there, but the other ones don't want to do that. I don't know why. Yep, it doesn't want to do that. But yeah, anyway, that's the story of how we ended up with budgies that we didn't really want, but we ended up liking. And yeah, now they're just basically got a new home recently. And they have actually, or the female did actually lay 2 new eggs a few days ago. The friend that's got them now sent us the photos, so hopefully they are good eggs and they'll have babies, which would be very, very cute. But yeah, I don't particularly like having birds as pets. I mean, we always kind of did have, while I was growing up. My mom had some parrots and things, well, like 1 or 2, but I never really cared, or not cared. I never really, I don't know, wanted a bird as a pet. It's not something that I particularly like. But yeah, with the 2 budgies, it was kind of cool. I haven't had like a bird pet around for many years, and I think I just didn't sort of think too much about having birds as pets because we kind of always did. And then it's just sort of like, okay, whatever. But, yeah, since we haven't had any, like, bird pets for quite a long time, it was kind of cool having them around. But anyway, that's my story. And I mean, it's probably not that interesting, but it is what it is, whatever. I thought they were pretty cute though. But I definitely won't just go out and buy like birds as pets. I know a lot of people do like them, but I find them to be high maintenance, very high maintenance. Man, cleaning of the cages and everything, and they just require a lot of maintenance, I guess. So yeah, I kind of just like the normal dogs and cats. I'm good with that. They're pretty easygoing, low maintenance animals. I do like animals though. I do like animals a lot. I love having animals around. I really want a puppy. I haven't had a dog as a pet or a puppy or anything like that for many years. Only cats. 2 cats, which originally was my sister's cats, both of them. And the last dog that we had was also my sister's dog. So, yeah, she ends up getting them, and then something always happens and they end up with us. So, yeah. We are going to try and get the cats to Island eventually. We shall see how all of that works out. Not too worried about it right now. So much else to focus on. Okay, so that is the pig food sorted out. This is such a cool little rig. Absolutely love this thing. It works beautifully. And I think we are very close to getting through all of those potatoes, which is good. Why is that not lifting up? There we go. Because if I don't lift it up, then I can't actually get into the shed here. Because it's got a bit of a lip and it gets stuck if you don't lift it up. Here we go. Alright, so I am going to wait for the potatoes to sort of work through the last little bit. Keep an eye on it, and we shall come back as soon as that is all done. Alright, so that is all of the potatoes run through. So this is empty. Turn that off. This is empty. Turn that off. And this is empty. That is all of the potatoes done. And yes, there's still pig food in there that we can take out. Probably a bag in each. But yeah, not a big concern right now. So that is potatoes done. We can grab what is in the trailers here. Throw that in the pile and see where exactly we ended up. It looks a little bit empty in the front one there, but that is fine. I think the middle one is probably the highest capacity right now, which kind of makes sense because with a heap sort of on either side, even though I tried to sort of spread it out a bit, the middle one is bound to get the most potatoes through it. So I just make a loop there so I can get in here nice and straight to offload. Alright. There we go. That is a lot of potatoes. And that is, yeah, all high quality premium potatoes. Which means they are worth quite a bit of money. Actually, let's see what they are worth right now. Premium potatoes is going for $3,407 per ton at the vehicle shop. That sounds pretty good. Not bad at all. It is a lot of work though. It's fun, but it is a lot of work. And yeah, definitely keeps you busy, I'll tell you that much. Alright, let's go put this away. The trailers and the tractor. So we are not going to be selling the potatoes today. I don't think that is really necessary. It's all there. We will go check in a second how much we actually got in there. And then we're going to build the house. We're going to build the house on the side of the pond. And yeah, basically that is going to be the seal on today's episode and this series for that matter. Okay, let's get this put away. This is a really nice storage area for all of the trailers and things. I do like it. It works well. It's just a nice and clean, functional area of the farm. I suppose you could probably do a little bit more with it. Maybe put some sheds on the sides and things. Make it look a little bit more full, I guess. Not quite as empty. But, yeah, not a big deal. I just like that area. It's nice, and like I say, it's clean looking and it's functional. And it does exactly what it was designed and built to do. Alright, let's go see how many potatoes we actually ended up with. And, yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of work. That was a lot of potatoes. That small field produces a lot of potatoes. So here we are. We ended up with 132,275 liters of premium potatoes and quite a lot of pig feed. Like I said, there's probably at least another bag in each of those sorters as well. But, yeah, let's get into the house building. So for those of you who haven't been following the entire series, we're going to put a little bit of a road in here. And the house is going to be built somewhere in this clearing over here that we cleared out a while back. And it's going to have this lovely view out here. So we are going to do that in a time lapse. So yeah, again, as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so the house has been built and you can see it in the distance there, and I think it looks really nice. And obviously the old house has been taken away, so that has been filled up with a bit of a bushy garden, I guess. The windmill, of course, remains, and yeah, it's still visible but covered up a little bit with trees, and I think that just finishes off that area really nicely. As for the house, it's a very nice house. It's actually the Millennial Farmer house, I believe. And yeah, we've got a nice driveway coming up in here. We can park the pickup here, and it's just a really nice house. So we have the house, we have some stone running around the house. We have got the view of the pond here. Unfortunately, there's only one window that sees this, but it is a very nice view with the fields in the distance, and of course the water and the trees and part of the farm. And back here we have a nice raised swimming pool, which we can sort of see part of the farm through the trees again, but the whole point of this was to kind of have it a little bit secluded, and you can still see the pond and everything down there. So yeah, that is the house, and I think this is a brilliant location for a house. It is a really nice location. It's really nice with the driveway and everything coming up in here. And I mean, that just looks right. It just looks right. I don't know how else to say that, but I actually want to head out to sort of the road up there and see if we can see the house coming into the farm. See what it looks like from the other side of the pond. I think it's going to look really nice. So, yeah, and we ended up keeping the old pickup here, the old Ford, for the entire 100 episodes. And we also kept the Valtra to the end of the series, which I didn't think would ever happen, but there we go. And yeah, that is the house built. Yeah, you can see it off in the distance there, and it just fits. That just works. I think it's the correct house for the farm. I was thinking about building a bigger log cabin, but it sort of looked like a hotel, where this just looks like a very nice farmhouse, and I think it fits. Look at that. That is beautiful. I just think it fits the entire farm so well. And I'll be honest, I went through quite a few houses to figure out which one is going to fit best. I mean, you guys know by now that I'm very picky about the layout and the look of the farm. And I think we ended up with an absolute stonker. I think the farm turned out amazing with the house and everything now as well. But just in general, the farm the layout of the farm, the functionality of the farm, everything just turned out really, really, really good. I absolutely love this farm, and it's really, really sad to think that we are done. We are literally done. Yeah, that is sad. That is very sad, actually. But I do want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been following the series. The series accounted for a big boost in my channel. Over 100 episodes. It brought a lot of new people to the channel, and if you've watched some of the episodes, I really appreciate it. If you've watched all of the episodes, I really appreciate it. You guys are absolutely amazing. And even though to me it kind of feels like this is the end of the channel, it isn't. It is the end of this series, and I will be back making videos again very soon. Hopefully by the time you guys see this, I am making videos already. But to me at the moment, it's difficult because I am literally gonna finish this out, do the editing, and sell all of my studio equipment. So yeah, that is a tough one. That is a very tough one, very difficult for me to do. But yeah, major thank you to everyone who has been supporting the channel. And yeah, please keep an eye out. If videos dry up for a little while, probably, hopefully it won't be for too long. So keep an eye out when I start posting again, if the videos do dry up. And when I do start posting again, I'm going to try and do it more frequently again rather than just once a week. But yeah, unfortunately, we are going to basically leave it there. So after I have finished talking and everything, we will go into sort of a cinematic type thing, and we will look at some before and after video and comparisons and things of the farm, sort of as close to I can get it to where we started and where we are now and what it looks like now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. And again, massive thank you to everyone who's been following the series and watching the episodes and all of the comments and the kind words. And yeah, you guys have really helped boom the channel a little bit, a boom in my words and in my view. I mean, for other people to get a channel with this amount of subscribers is probably one day's work. For me, it's come a long way, and all of you have helped to get there. And hopefully we just continue going. Hopefully we continue going. We continue getting more people onto the channel and more views and everything. And maybe someday I can do this full time for you guys, which would be amazing. But we'll see. We'll see how all of that ends up. But for now, that is going to be it for me. Thank you so much for everyone for watching, and if you made it this far in this video, thank you so much, because this is going to be a big one. I know it already. So yeah, thanks if you made it till here. And yeah, I will hopefully be back recording very soon. So I will see you there, whatever it may be. I don't know. As I said earlier, I'm going to try and finish out the Welker series when I get my setup all done again over in Ireland. And yeah, we'll do some other things in between as well. We shall see how that all pans out. But that is going to be it from me for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you all next time.